Hello YouTube and welcome to this video on the 5 teams I wanted more from in Blood Bowl 2025. As it says here, you could also say kind of missed opportunities. Teams that I feel just didn't get the love they needed, or if they did get some love, it was misguided love, if that kind of makes sense. Hopefully it does. Right, first off, I might give you an idea. So the first off is Norse. Now, this might seem a weird one. Norse didn't really change. Beer Pig's got 25k more expensive. That's about it. What I felt like Norse needed was they just needed to make Berserkers worth it outside of NAF, where they're basically just guard caddies. They're just a bit too expensive to really justify. So, like, if they could have come down a bit in cost, I think that, and then even for like the linemen going up by 5k, because I don't know why Norse linemen and Zon line women didn't go up by at least 5k. They both now start with an elite skill. One of them's a secondary elite skill. Not the Norse lineman, but yeah, I feel like Norse lineman make it come at 5k, maybe keeping the Berserkers down to 80k. I don't think that would have been bad. I just feel they could have done just a little bit of a freshen up, because even with we've had the update for a while now, and yeah, they're quite a bit different than they used to be, but I still think just make the Berserkers worth it. The other ones that improve the Yeti, maybe. I still don't think the Yeti is particularly worth taking on them. It's a bit too, I mean, yeah, it's just a bit too swingy. And in my opinion, he still ranks up as theirs, if not the worst. He's one of the top 2 worst big guys in the game. Give him a bit of love. That's, of course, unless, depending on the animal savagery ruling that we're still waiting on for GW. Yeah, I just wanted a bit more from them. There's a couple of teams like this where there was just like, he's like Black Hawks. Black Hawks aren't on this list, but Black Hawks another one. Like the troll lost Loner. Felt they could have done with something else. Number 4, Skaven. So, while I don't think Skaven are as dead as a lot of people think they are, I still just would have liked a bit more done to them, I think, to make up. So, they lost 2 gutters. And for 2 gutters, they got +1 movement blitzer. That's actually really good. That's not nothing. Movement 8 blitzers is great. But the strip ball on the blitzers was a bit of a weird choice, I personally feel. And stab on the gutter runners, again, a bit of a weird choice. You generally speaking, when you've got 2 gutter runners, you probably don't really want them basing too much. Stab means you're going to be basing, especially when they break armor. Until you can give them maybe a hit and run, but I don't know, you've only got 2 gutter runners now. They need to kind of... So that before with Skaven, when you had 4 gutter runners, you could kind of afford, like, you had your sacking gutter runner, you had your main ball carry gutter runner, you had your 1-turn gutter runner, and then you kind of had like a utility gutter runner. You can't really do that anymore because you've only got 2. So they kind of need to be your ball carrying gutter and probably your 1-turn gutter kind of rolled into one. So I don't know how much you can really afford with skills. Well, a hit and run is still good skill for scoring, so maybe this will take it. I think it's more maybe they should give them the Lino something. So Taunt, probably not Taunt because you don't want to drag people towards you. Fend maybe, or I don't know. Sure Feet maybe on the Line Rats. So just give the Line Rats something. I think could have been just to make up. I think Sure Feet actually might have been quite a good one, to be fair. But yeah, that's kind of a Skaven. I just felt, I'm not going to be doom and gloom. I'm not saying they're completely useless now. I don't think they are, but they're not as good as they were, and I just feel they could have done with just a tiny bit more. You like what they've done with that? It's fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, this is my personal list. This is not. I'm not. And there's going to be many other opinions out there, and trust me, it's probably going to be people telling me on these YouTube videos I'm wrong. It normally happens. Number 3 is Dark Elves. A punt. When that first article dropped and they talked about punt, I thought, man, punt sounds like it could be meta defining. I don't think Skaven's dead as everyone thinks they are, Collie. I very much think they are fine. I just don't think they're as good as they used to be. But that's different ways of looking at the game. If you're looking, a lot of people who I think are saying they're dead, they're only looking at I want to win tournaments, I want to do well. I think you still do well with Skaven. Probably still win some tournaments with them. But yeah, punt seemed like meta defining. I thought like this could change the meta. Go on, bloody columns against me, and I'll just kick the ball over your head and run through. Could have been awesome. But man, now like the run, they've lost 2 blitzers, which obviously were the best players. The runner now kind of feels bad. He didn't get 2+ passing. He didn't. Dump off's got worse. Not that you want to be relying on dump off, but dump off got worse. And punts just it's just bad. There's a couple of really, really small uses for it, but it's just not what it needed to be. I don't think they're all doom and gloom. I don't think they are as bad as some people will tell you. I don't think they're dead. They're just not elite anymore. They used to be one of the best 10 teams in the game. They're now probably in the next 10. They're in that kind of mid-pack of they'll do well, don't underestimate them. They're still Edge 4+. They're still going to have quite a bit of dodge, hopefully, unless elite skills really screw. Unless you go to an elite skill type tournament. The Assassin is now really good, but if you can't give him dodge, probably not worth taking, which is another risk with the tournaments. Yeah, again, I just feel like, maybe the lineman needed something. Maybe if you give him the runner dodge. If the runner had gone dodge, dump off, and then maybe being 2+ passing, I think the runner becomes a really good player. Probably everyone takes him. But right now, yeah, punt wasn't it. Unfortunately. Punt feels like they had a really good idea for a skill and then got scared. That's how I'm going to say. Khorne. Khorne is number 2. My issue with Khorne is, look at what Nurgle got. Look what Nurgle got. And look at what Khorne got. Now, Khorne were the best players on Nurgle. Pestigors are very good on Khorne. I wouldn't say Pestigors were the best players. They were very good, important players. Maybe they were the best players, but I think the gap was a bit different. Khorne, I loved Khorne because they didn't have Frenzy, which means you could control where they went, down to 2. Sure, they've got jump up and fix goal. Very good skills. But unlike Khorne and Nurgle, who got cheaper, and they got stand firm, and they got pick me up, Khorne didn't get anything. I was like, the Seekers just needed something. The lineman needed something. Maybe the lineman could have got taunts, because that could be really nice in a frenzy team where the linemen, because the linemen are a bit of a liability in Khorne. Let's not beat around the bush. The linemen are the massive weak spot, and now you can take more of them. Maybe get them taunt. You punch me, jump in. I think jump up on the Seekers might have been too much. Or hatred. Khorne could have got hatred. Yeah, hatred everyone. Love that. That would have been really good. Hatred on the Seekers. Allow them to reroll a skull. Don't just give them Brawler, because everyone gets Brawler, and it gets a bit boring. Yeah, hatred, that could be a really good one. I love that. They just needed something else. They just feel like a really expensive liability. And yeah, there's going to be a game where Khorne come in, and they absolutely stomp you on the first few turns, especially against people who keep basing them. And they're going to get a load of casualties, and they'll win the game like that. But for every game like that, there's going to be like 2 games where they don't kill everyone, and then you're relying on this team where you can't really control, because they've got a bit too much frenzy, and it's just a 1 in 9 machine. and they're going to run in some guard, and then they're really going to struggle. So I just feel like they just needed another skill or 2, and maybe a slight reduction in costs. Especially the linemen, they feel so bad. they just die. Yeah, and I quite enjoy Khorne. Khorne are a fun team. They're just not a good team. And I said they lost 2 of their best players. Yeah. Right, so Khorne was number 2. Number 1, you can probably I think everyone here probably knows what number 1 is. I don't think, A, because we've not covered them yet, but B, also, I think they're the most hard done by team in the game this edition. Yeah, I love the hatred idea. I think that's a really good idea. Yeah, I think hatred everyone, brilliant. I think that's one of the best ideas I've heard for what to do with Khorne. It's a small change, but I think it would make them, it's thematic and would make them just a little better. Especially once they get blocked, that would be quite scary. So, the last team, of course, is Union Elves. Elven Union, Pro Elves, whatever you want to call them. I mean, where do you start? They've lost 2 captures for 3 meme skills. Cool. The linemen got more expensive for Mass Fumble Ruski. So they're now the same cost as High Elf, Dark Elf, and Wood Elf linemen. So Wood Elf linemen are movement 7. Cool. Dark Elf and High Elf linemen are armor 9+. Cool. Union Elves get Fumble Ruski. So you've got all the downsides of the other three linemen for Fumblerooski. Now, there will be that game where you fumble Rooski into a pickup, into a throw, into a touchdown. Sure. But, I mean, we've all seen vampires play Blood Bowl, and the amount of twos you have to roll, eventually you roll ones. I just think maybe if they looked a different way, so maybe like if the catchers are started with dodge, maybe that speeds up their development. Maybe the linemen have sidestep. Have the sidestep team. No? That could have been quite good. I don't know. Maybe a move up on the thrower? Or the one I actually think I would have gone for. You lose Fumblerooski, keep them at 60k, please. Please keep them at 60k. Still seems expensive compared to the other ones. All sidestep, I think, would have been really interesting. I think that because we haven't got an all sidestep team, and I think all sidestep linemen with the blitzers being sidestep, all of a sudden blocking them becomes a bit of a puzzle that is really hard to solve, and it would help keep them alive. I think the Snotlings aren't a real team. Snotlings don't count. A non-stunty team with all sidestep collie, okay? I also think their blitzers should have got diving tackle. So you give it to me, GW. Come on, give me the book. Right, get rid of Fumblerooski, get rid of Hail Mary pass, get rid of diving catch. We're going to go diving tackle on the blitzers because all of a sudden they become phenomenal. Sidestep diving tackle and then give them dodge. Brilliant. Could have made them fouling team as well. I don't disagree with that. Or up their movement like they did with Skaven blitzers. Love that idea as well. This is better than what we got already. Start the catchers with dodge, in my opinion. Just go. We've now got a strength 3 catcher starting with dodge and humans. I don't think it's unfair for another one to do it. And then maybe give the thrower +1 movement. And I think all of a sudden, or don't do that and we'll do the sidestep idea and make them 65k. And then I always think you've got a really interesting team that actually be really frustrating to play against. And they could be the frustrating elves rather than, let's be honest, the bad elves. Because unfortunately, they were kind of always the bad elves, and now it's really obvious they're the bad elves. And it's a real shame because I love the models. I love the idea of the team. I just think they went completely the wrong way of them, and I don't understand dwarf blitzers having diving tackle when you had a perfectly good blitzer there that could have got diving tackle. Well, they kind of really 4-star players is the problem, Rich. They're still quite expensive because they're elves. It's a really awkward because all the elf star players are quite pricey. It's not like Bretonnians. Like Bretonnians, a bit meh, but at least they're cheap, so you can afford the good star players. I think the Unionals. I don't think the Unionals are almost there. I think yes, they're the bad elves, but the easiest to build. The 1 million build is easy, but they already died left, right, and centre in League play as it was, and now they're just. Now you got less catchers, so you're losing a catcher as it hurts even more. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't get. I don't get the help that they were. I don't get what they were going for with them. They're the one that really baffles me. Like dwarfs, I give the benefit of the doubt that I haven't cracked dwarfs yet. Or once I crack dwarfs, I think it'd be interesting. You're clutching your stores, fair enough. Yeah, I've not quite cracked where we're going, where we went with dwarfs, but we'll see. I've not heard anyone. I've not heard anyone who may or may not have been involved in playtesting who have said like dwarfs can be good. Trust me, I've not heard any of them say it for Union Elves. I'm just like not at all. So we'll see. But yeah, I just think we've already had some better ideas for them. I think they could have gone a different way and made them useful. Hopefully, come next edition, they get a rewrite and maybe make them good. Yeah, maybe match Nurse still. Nurse still on the thrower, Nurse still on the blitzer, maybe. But I guess they gave that to Bretonnians. Maybe they didn't want it on both teams. I don't know. But yeah, but that's the teams I feel they could have done more with. Do you agree or disagree? Let me know in the comments. Any team you think I've missed other than dwarfs, because I think we've done dwarfs to death at this point. Or YouTube, let me know down below. If there's anything I miss, I'm sure you will. And let me know what else you'd like me to cover. I've got some ideas from some other videos, but so look quite what one I want to do, and I'll leave this in the video if anyone gives me some ideas. I would like to do what the 5 best starting teams are in the game now, because I generally don't know what the best starting teams are anymore for new coaches. What do you recommend a new coach gets? Orcs and humans I still think are up there, and undead, but then after that I really hit a roadblock. I can come up with goods and bads for almost every other team. Black Orcs I think could have done us a bit more. 100% I agree with Black Orcs. They lost Loner on the Troll. I would like to have seen something else. I don't know what. That's the problem with Black Orcs, because they already started with quite a few skills. Maybe make them move 5. I don't know. They could have done something else. But there we go. I'll come back tomorrow, YouTube, for match day. For another video. Until then, have a good day and goodbye.